Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday from the Toybox edition. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Star Wars The Black Series Rebels re-release of Ezra Bridger. Let's get into it! Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories, and we'll start off with his accessories, and here we have handy dandy tweezers. And first of all, let's take a look at his lightsaber hilt, which is a little bit different than anything else lightsaber wise that we've seen in Star Wars, because not only does it use the kyber crystal to make a blade, it also shoots blasts out of the front there, so it's a blaster and a lightsaber. So that is really unique about this character, even though he doesn't use this fully throughout the show. But I thought it was a pretty cool little invention. But it's got some nice silver paint apps on it. I do believe it's molded in this color here and then the silver paint apps. And you'll notice it does have a hook here on it, so it has a place on his belt that it hooks, and we'll look at that in just a minute. And here's his lightsaber blade, and you can see, you know, it's being an older figure, it's got the old school really thin post on it, so, but it's nice translucent, very light blue. It's even lighter than Kanan's. And then here we have one of his pilfered helmets, and it's molded in white. It's got some nice deco on it for the faceplate and the helmet all the way around. So nice little addition, and he can wear it, and we'll look at that in just a minute as well. Now, as far as the figure himself goes, you can see the face is like they normally do in Black Series. You know, they take the animated look and skew it more towards realism. And I have to say, it's not bad. It doesn't look, I don't know, I don't want to say it doesn't look fake, because, you know, it is made up. But it doesn't not go in line with other Black Series. It doesn't really stand out from that aesthetically. Now, I do believe he's got a little bit of a wash in his hair, just to kind of help the details and stuff stand out, because there's a lot of nice little details in there. It's got this design on the back, which is embossed. I mean, it's molded in there, and then it's got some paint on it, and then some paint here at the ragged edges of these sleeves and just around the vest period, and then here. And this is the re-release of the figure, so it does have the updated face paints, or the new, well, as of when this figure was released, it was new, the face printing technology. And as you can see here, his belt does come off, and it supposedly it just snaps back together there. And then it's got some nice paint apps here and at the knee, and of course a double hinge pinned, and then hinge and swivel at the elbow. So let's take a look at his articulation. The hair doesn't really allow him, with the collar, it doesn't allow him to really look up much at all, if any. He can look down that far, He's got chicken neck. He's got some waggle. He can do the full exorcist, but the neck is a separate piece, so you do have to watch out for that, because sometimes it does like to twist around with the head, and then you have a bit of an issue getting it back into place. At the shoulder, he can raise his arm up, we'll say approximately 90 degrees, and then he does have a 360 degree rotation there. Like I said before, single hinge and swivel at the elbow. Swivels around 360 degrees, and it gives you way past 90 degree bend there, so that's really good. Oh, and look at those. I missed those paint apps. And then the silver's on the belt too. I forgot to mention. At the wrist, 360 degree rotation, on and in and out hinge, and up and down hinge on the other hand. So that's cool. He does have a cut here where the chest and the torso meet, and it gives him some hula. And with the cut at his waist, I think it's a ball joint. No, there's no cut at the waist. So he can bend back that far. He can bend forward that far. And lean left and right, of course. And 360 degree rotation there as well. Again, like I said, nothing at the waist. So at the hips, he can give you that much of the splits. He can kick forward only that far, and backwards about a half a step maybe. And he does have, I won't say it's a pull down hinge, but I don't know if the hinge is loose there in the pelvis or not, or if it's intended to do that, but it does go up and down a little bit, which does help increase the range of motion there. There's a cut here at the upper thigh, gives you 360 degrees of rotation. And like I said before, double hinge pinned knee. And there we go. Gives you that much bend. And then at the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker. Now, as far as the accessories go, again, like I said, the helmet, it fits on him with, well, I won't say with no problem, but you do have to push on a little bit to get it on there. But once it's on there, it stays. So that's a good thing. Then over here on this side of his belt, you'll see he's got this hook right here, and his lightsaber blaster combo goes on that. And you have to be a little careful, because this is flexible and bendy, and if you're not careful with it, it will break. So that's how that stores. And same deal with removing it. You kind of have to be careful, which it doesn't look like I'm being careful there, does it? And then as far as the lightsaber blade goes, again, we have a port in the handle and a post on the blade, and you just put it in there until it snaps. I don't know if y'all heard that or not, but once you do that, and he can hold it in his hand, and there you have it, my friends. If you'll stand up, there's a look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have what I like to think of as the main cast of Rebels All Black series. We have Chopper, Ezra Bridger, Sabine Wren, Grand Admiral Thrawn, Hera Syndulla, Kanan Jarrus, Zeb Orrelios, and Ahsoka. For our final set of comparisons, here we have Star Wars The Black Series, Rebels, Ezra Bridger, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander, Our final Black Series comparison, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on Star Wars The Black Series Rebels Ezra Bridger, I have to say, overall, it's a very nice looking figure. The sculpt is really good. I think with the new paint apps, because this is the reissued version with the better paint, you know, it skews. It's a nice combination of the animation and what he might have looked like in live action. Until, of course, now we have a live action version. But I do hope that they don't leave it with just this look. I hope they do go and make his look where he has the shorter hair and the different lightsaber. And, you know, that would be a cool one to have, as well as this one, so you could do both versions, or both, you know, when they were on Lothal, then when they left Lothal. And so, but this guy, you know, the face, it might look a little bit off, but sculpt wise, but I think the newer paint apps kind of bring that back into line. So I missed this guy the first go around, the first issue of him, and I'm kind of glad that I did, because I don't think that one would look nearly as good as this one. And I'm glad I got this one, and I'm glad, you know, they started off with the first season look for him and his first season lightsaber that was also blaster or pellet shooter or whatever it was, where he replaced his little slingshot gizmo. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel with reviewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's our wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.